I just want to share something with you. I'm just going to call this video "Being Awake in Hollywood," which is not the easiest place to stay awake. It's also not what people think Hollywood is. It's not like tits and champagne and a bunch of people going to parties and Hollywood's the devil, the Illuminati, everyone's all-seeing eye. Well, I don't know who I was just mimicking, but Hollywood is pretty much, for most people who are in the business, you drive for auditions. You get rejected about 15 to 20 times a week if you're lucky, and which kind of is great because it builds up this thing inside of you. Like any trolls that I have on my YouTube channel, they don't affect me. Really, I do not. It doesn't bother me. It's they're seeing the world through their lenses, and I'm not taking that on. In fact, we should all appreciate trolls because anytime you get triggered and you're upset, it brings forth something that you can, if you choose, to work on. It's like, what is it bringing forward? What spiritual quality can I work on because of this troll or this guy in traffic? Anyway, the point is, I just wanted to talk about value because I think it's really important to value yourself. And I think that the more I wake up, the more I realize this is also meaningless. This is a game. I mean, it's meaningless, and at the same time, I have a lot of meaning being here and what I'm playing out to do, which is obviously not guided by me. It's guided by the divine, all-knowing presence that I hope to remember to give over my life to, because a lot of times we do think we're driving, just like I'm driving right now, but truly it looks like I'm driving, but I ain't really steering the wheel, meaning, the car is being driven in the direction by a power higher, bigger than me. Anyway, the point is, I went on an audition for a commercial, let's just say, okay? I booked the gig, but then they wanted to pay me basically barely what I pay in rent and run it for a year. And so I said no. And, for any actor to say no to a gig that you get to pay me for this, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to walk away. But I just want you guys to remember, and trust me, even though I have a show on ABC, 3-time Emmy nominated, Saturday mornings, 10:30, shameless plug, called The Wildlife Docs. It does. You know what? People on TV don't make as much as you might think. In fact, PewDiePie and Poppy, who I didn't even know who those people were before YouTube. Apparently, they make millions on YouTube. YouTube is kind of, the next television. I really, honestly, when I tell people I have a TV show, the number one thing they say, well, first they say, "So what do you do?" And I say, I'm a host. "Oh, what have I seen you on? What are you working on now?" When you talk to a dentist, I don't say to a dentist, "Oh, well, so what kind of teeth are you working on? Any fillings? Any root canals that I would know of?" No, you don't have to deal with that, dentists. But, it's okay. It's okay. I know they want to know where they've seen you. So, of course, I tell them, well, I've had a couple national TV shows, and now I have a show that's in the 5th year on ABC, Saturday mornings, 10:30. Called The Wildlife Docs, shameless plug. And there hasn't been one person that hasn't said this. And trust me, there's been thousands of people that I've said this to. They say, "Oh, I don't have a TV." Then why did you ask me? Then you won't recognize me on your TV at all because you don't watch it. So, pointless, right? I don't know if you were trying to make me prove my value, which is the point of this video, but guess it won't mean anything to you since you don't have a TV or watch TV, which is totally fine. I know people are into the internet and binge watching Netflix stuff. I get it. I do the same thing. However, since people on TV don't make as much as you might think, they still have to, and by they I mean who, audition for other things. So anyway, I booked this commercial. I'm looking straight ahead, by the way, because I'm driving and I want to be safe. So I booked the commercial, and they want to pay me less than a month's rent for it. And so I said, no. And, it's very rare that I walk away from any paying gig. I spent 20 years in Hollywood trying to get offered jobs. So there's a part of me that goes, no, don't turn it down. You'll never work again. But I did. I said, no, I'm not doing it for that. So then, my manager counteroffered and told them what I got for my last gig, which was a lot more than that. And so they came back offering like $1,000 more, which is maybe like a month and a half of what my rent is. And so I said, all right, this is what and I counteroffered. I said, this is what I'll settle for. And it's for living in LA, it's like 2 months rent. I said, I'll settle for that. So, and not settle, I mean, I'm kind of standing up for myself by saying this, risking losing the job. And they say, I'm going to stop right here to be safe. And so they counteroffer and they say, oh, she wants that, which is only like $1,000 more than they were offering. Well, we're going to recast and see who else we can get at that price. Okay? So they literally like today, they were recasting it. So it wasn't that they didn't have the money. It's that they didn't want to pay me the money, or they wanted to see what else is out there. Who does that? I mean, that's kind of like if you're dating someone and all of a sudden you find out they're a millionaire and you go, wait, I didn't know you're a millionaire. Well, now that I know that, pause this. Let me just go out and see what other millionaires would date me. And then, if none of them are as good as you, I'll stay with you. That's exactly what it is, okay? However, I still went on the audition. As you can see, I have infomercial hair. I don't usually wear my hair like this. But I don't know if I got the gig, okay? I went and I auditioned in person, which is always a little better anyway. And then there were a bunch of girls behind me that apparently I negotiated their rate. So they should send me a thank you card if they book it. The point is, I'm willing to walk away from that. And I just think in Hollywood or in anywhere in life, it's important that you value yourself and that you know what your value is. Like, at what point would you walk away from a relationship? At what point would you walk away from a job? How much are you worth? And that's really difficult when you're an entrepreneur, which to me, some guy says he's an entrepreneur, it means unemployed, let's be honest. But if you are someone who's, trying to get work on your own, you got to look and go, what do I value my work as? And you have to put that out in the world and you have to stand by it. Because, I don't know why I'm telling you this now, because I might not have gotten the job. But here's the thing, it's okay if I didn't get the job, because I do believe the more I'm waking up in Hollywood and seeing the game and life in general, all these distractions, and I can't even watch the news anymore. It's a joke. Like, I really do feel like I'm in the Truman Show. But my point is that because I see all this stuff around me and I see, okay, we're just part of this game, I might as well value myself in this game and put my value and my worth in something bigger than myself. I don't want to put my value in a person or put my value in a house or a job or anything, because things are transient and they come and go. But abundance and who you really are, if you really grasp who you really are, which if you're watching this, means you're already a truth seeker, because, unless you accidentally stumbled on my channel, because I do have some good comedy stuff. I really do. But I also am a truth seeker. And so if you're watching this, you're already an amazing person, because you're a curious and open-minded and you're seeking to learn or be entertained. But either way, the point is, I'm an animal girl, and I can tell you about 3 or 4 animals that will have their tail chopped off and it grows back. It's incredible. Where does that come from? So if you lose your job and you get all depressed, it was because you placed your value in that job, not in yourself. And once you believe that your value is here, there's a sense of freedom. It really did feel good to state what I was worth, Even if I don't end up getting it, it's okay, because I had the chance to say, no, I'm not okay with that. I'm okay with this. And I think that we all can use that right now, especially now, because now, even on YouTube, I'll talk to people about, oh, why don't you, start a YouTube channel or blah, blah, blah. And they'll say, oh, no, everybody else is doing it. So, why should I? And I get that. I was doing videos long before most of you were born with a big, huge video camera walking around interviewing people just for fun. But it's not the point. The point is, if you have something to say, if you have a voice or a way of expression, then paint it or sing it or YouTube it or share it with the world. Because you know what? I'm tired of not. And even though there was a million people out here in LA when I moved out here in 1994, do you think for 1 second I wouldn't pursue acting and comedy because there are a million people doing it? And I'm a blonde, for God's sake. It's not like there's a shortage in Hollywood. No, I did it anyway because I do believe that I have something different to offer. And I think that if we all really could see that we have something different and special and unique to offer, the world would be so much more empowered. And we wouldn't feed into this whole game, because it is a game. I mean, we can enjoy it, we can play it. I mean, I showed up on this audition after there was 3 girls behind me. They were seeing at the level I decided I'm worth. But that's okay. Maybe I even added more value to their life. And if they get it, then great. Maybe they will realize what they're worthy of. Because my value comes in the abundance of nature, everything around you, inside of you. And when you realize that, it's just like a lemon tree loses a lemon, it doesn't get upset. Because it creates another lemon at some point. It might take a while. And I don't mean to be preaching. I just wanted to share with you my staying awake in Hollywood journey today. And I hope that you realize you have value. This is almost a 12-minute video. I didn't even know if you're still paying attention. And it takes me forever to upload these 12-minute videos. Like my phone goes, oh, it's uploading, and then it's processing. Okay, so that takes a while. And then it's like processing, uploading, 8 hours, 12 hours, 2 hours. Then it changes to 1. Then back to 12, all in 30 seconds. I think my phone's schizophrenic. Anyway, I'm going to upload it anyway. And, I just want to remind you guys to value yourself, whether it's in a relationship or a job or whatever. No one can take anything away from you. Okay? And yeah, that's it. So have a good day. Namaste awake. Made that up. Kind of proud of it. Namaste awake.